Introduction. In the heart of a bustling metropolis, amidst the ever-advancing rhythm of modern life, there resided a family that was once the embodiment of wealth and opulence, the Davenports. Their name was synonymous with success and prosperity, their affluence shining as a beacon to all who knew them. Their opulent lifestyle, a spectacle that left spectators in awe, and their sprawling mansion was an emblem of their prosperity. In the social circuit, they were revered, their presence gracing the most lavish gatherings, and their parties were legendary, drawing in people from all corners of the city. The Davenports were masters of their realm, the golden couple with hearts of generosity and an open door for all. A large circle of friends and acquaintances orbited around the Davenport family. Their network extended like the branches of a grand tree, providing shade and comfort to those fortunate enough to be part of it. These friendships were diverse, varying from the business magnate to the struggling artist, all bound together by the magnetic pull of the Davenports' wealth and benevolence. Their home was a hub of activity, a place where laughter echoed and glasses clinked, where the fortunes of life were celebrated with extravagance. Yet, as life is wont to do, it carries with it the promise of change, and sometimes that change takes a turn one could never anticipate. The Davenports, who seemed invincible in their wealth, soon found their fortunes dwindling. The once thriving businesses faltered, investments soured, and debts accumulated like shadows in the night. The extravagant parties and luxurious vacations gave way to budget-conscious decisions and prudent financial choices. The Davenports, however, were not alone in their transformation. As their wealth dwindled, so did their circle of friends. The grand social gatherings became sparse, invitations less frequent, and many of those who had once reveled in the Davenports' opulence now drifted away. The hollowness of these friendships became evident. The connections that had seemed so strong were built on fragile foundations of materialism. It was a trying time for the Davenport family. Their grand estate was sold, and they downsized to a modest home. Yet, as they navigated this sea of adversity, they found a true friend in Catherine. Her unwavering support and friendship were not contingent on wealth or riches. Catherine's kindness was a lighthouse guiding them through the storm. With determination and hard work, the Davenports slowly but steadily managed to turn their fortunes around. Their business ventures began to flourish, and the wheel of fortune began to spin in their favor once more. However, their journey was marked not only by the return of wealth, but by the lessons they had learned. The Davenports had experienced the weight of adversity, the fickle nature of prosperity, and the true value of humility and prudence. As their wealth was rebuilt, the Davenports received calls, messages, and visits from those who had abandoned them during their struggles. Regret was palpable in the voices and expressions of these former friends who now realized that true friendship should not be based on material possessions. This is the tale of the Davenport family, a story of riches lost and regained, of friendship's transient nature, and of the enduring lessons that hardship and humility can bestow. It is a narrative that delves into the complexities of human relationships, the shifting sands of fortune, and the unwavering constancy of true friendship, as seen through the eyes of a family that once knew only opulence but learned the true value of wealth in the end.
Chapter 1: The Pinnacle of Wealth. In a city where success stories seem to emerge with every sunrise, the Davenports' tale of triumph stood out like a glittering gem. Their grand mansion, nestled in the most prestigious neighborhood, was a testament to their prosperity. It stood as a symbol of luxury and affluence, a source of fascination and envy for many. The Davenport family, led by the charismatic and charming Robert Davenport, had acquired their immense wealth through a successful chain of upscale restaurants. Their flagship restaurant, the Davenport Delight, had garnered a reputation that spanned far beyond the city limits. Patrons from various corners of the globe would flock to the restaurant to experience the exquisite culinary delights and the lavish ambience. The Davenports were known for their generosity. Their charity galas raised substantial amounts of money for local causes, and they were always the first to lend a helping hand when their friends or associates faced financial difficulties. The family's benevolence knew no bounds, and their kindness extended to those far less fortunate. Their social calendar was a maze of soirees and gatherings, each more extravagant than the last. The Davenports' parties were legendary in the city, renowned for the elegance and opulence that they exuded. From dignitaries to artists, from entrepreneurs to philanthropists, their guest lists read like a who's who of the city's elite. The family was a magnet, attracting people from all walks of life. Their aura of wealth was almost palpable, and their effortless charm and grace won the hearts of those who entered their orbit. Friends, or at least those who wished to be considered friends, were abundant. The Davenports seemed invincible, wrapped in a cocoon of success and surrounded by a retinue of admirers. But, as the old adage goes, pride comes before a fall. In the midst of the glittering lights, the extravagant parties, and the adoration of their many friends, a storm brewed on the horizon, a tempest that would challenge the Davenports' belief in their own invincibility. It was a storm of financial woes and unforeseen challenges, and it threatened to topple them from the pinnacle of wealth they had so confidently occupied for years. This storm would test the very foundations of their friendships and reveal the true nature of the connections they had built during their golden era.
Chapter 2: The Fading Fortunes. As the city buzzed with life and the Davenports revelled in their opulence, the insidious shadow of change crept closer to their doorstep. It was a change that they, ensconced in their ivory tower of prosperity, had never imagined. The first signs of trouble were subtle, almost imperceptible. Robert Davenport's restaurant empire, once the crown jewel of their success, began to show cracks. The economy, ever volatile, took a turn for the worse, and patrons who had once flocked to the Davenport Delight began to dwindle. The recession cast a long, dark shadow over the once thriving restaurant industry. Investments, once seemingly infallible, began to sour. Stocks that had consistently risen suddenly plummeted. Properties that had yielded substantial profits for years became financial liabilities. The Davenports' business ventures, once a source of tremendous pride, began to flounder. The family was faced with a predicament they had never encountered before: debt. Their wealth had once seemed inexhaustible, but now it was hemorrhaging. The grandeur of their lifestyle was replaced by frugality, and the once extravagant parties were reined in. The grand mansion that had been their pride and joy was sold to alleviate some of the mounting financial pressure, and the family downsized to a more modest residence. It was a transition that was painful, but it served as a stark reminder of the ephemeral nature of fortune.
The Davenports were not ones to give in to despair, and they approached their adversity with determination. Robert Davenport worked tirelessly to rescue his sinking restaurant business, revisiting and reimagining the menu, and devising new marketing strategies. His wife, Eleanor, began exploring new avenues of investment, learning to navigate the complex world of finance. Their children, Daniel and Sophia, adapted to their changed circumstances with grace, taking on part-time jobs to contribute to the family's finances. This chapter in the Davenport story was marked by hardship, resilience, and the painful realization that wealth, which had once flowed like a river, could, in an instant, dry up into a mere trickle. It was a lesson they would carry with them as they navigated the uncertain waters of their changing fortunes, and it would ultimately redefine their understanding of friendship and the true worth of the relationships they had fostered during their years of plenty.
Chapter 3: Friends in Abundance. Amidst the splendor of their former life, the Davenports had built a vast and diverse social network. Their wealth and benevolence had drawn people from every corner of the city, creating a tapestry of friendships that spanned various walks of life. Among their friends were prominent entrepreneurs, influential politicians, renowned artists, and aspiring young professionals. The Davenports' grandeur extended far beyond their sumptuous mansion, creating a sense of community that welcomed all. They were often seen at charity events, benefiting various noble causes, their generosity endearing them to the city's elite. Their social calendar was a mosaic of events, each more extravagant and dazzling than the last. Invitations to their soirees were highly sought after, and the gatherings they hosted were legendary for their elegance and refinement. At their parties, one could find a diverse group of people, from business tycoons discussing mergers to artists showcasing their latest masterpieces, from politicians in earnest conversation to scholars engaged in philosophical debate. The Davenports' friendships were seen by many as golden tickets to a world of affluence and opportunity. The family's connections often opened doors that had previously been closed, whether for a career opportunity, a lucrative business deal, or even a chance to rub shoulders with the city's upper echelon. These friends, who were innumerable during the Davenports' heyday, reveled in the glamour and luxury that surrounded the family. The generosity of the Davenports knew no bounds. They often hosted charity galas, where substantial sums of money were raised for various local causes, displaying the true spirit of philanthropy. However, for some of the Davenports' friends, their connection was built upon a less honorable foundation. They saw the Davenports as an avenue to exploit their connections for personal gain, whether financial or otherwise. These so-called friends frequented the extravagant parties, but their loyalty was as transient as the city's ever-changing skyline. Little did the Davenports know that as their fortunes started to crumble, a discerning eye would begin to perceive the true nature of these friendships. Chapter 3 sets the stage for the impending transformation of these relationships as the Davenports face the trials of dwindling wealth and the shifting allegiances of those who once surrounded them. The facade of abundance that had once united these friendships was about to crumble, revealing the genuine connections that would survive the family's descent into hardship.
Chapter 4: The Cracks in Friendship. As the Davenports' financial woes deepened, the true nature of their friendships began to unravel. The once vibrant social calendar, which had been brimming with soirees and gatherings, now started to wear a desolate look. The ebb and flow of friends became a poignant reminder of the transient nature of social connections. Many of those who had reveled in the Davenports' opulence and generosity began to drift away. It became increasingly evident that these friendships were tenuous, built on a foundation of materialism rather than genuine bonds. The grand parties, which had been the toast of the city, were replaced by the echoing silence of a vacant mansion, and invitations became less frequent. Some friends, who had once seemed inseparable from the Davenports, now displayed a sudden disinterest in the family's dwindling fortunes. It was as though the Davenports were experiencing a social exile, with many of their former friends unwilling to associate with them during their time of need. The Davenports' financial troubles, which had initially seemed like a temporary setback, were revealing the cracks in their friendships, showing that many had been mere acquaintances drawn to the family's wealth and status. It was a painful realization for the Davenports, who had valued these friendships, believing them to be deep and meaningful. Amidst this exodus of fair-weather friends, Catherine, a steadfast and true friend, emerged as a shining beacon in the Davenports' dark hour. Unlike those who had deserted the family, Catherine's loyalty was unwavering. She offered her support without expecting anything in return. Her genuine concern for the Davenports' well-being went beyond their financial status. Catherine's presence in their lives during this difficult time was a testament to the enduring power of authentic friendships. Chapter 4 portrays the Davenports' struggle to come to terms with the changing dynamics of their social circle. It illuminates the painful recognition that many of their so-called friends were mere fair-weather companions. This chapter also highlights the significance of true friendship, personified by Catherine, whose loyalty and support remained unwavering as the Davenports weathered the storm of adversity.
Chapter 5: The Descent into Hardship. The Davenports, once ensconced in the lap of luxury and surrounded by a vast circle of friends, found themselves descending into a harsh reality they had never anticipated. Their lives had undergone a profound transformation as their financial woes deepened and their wealth dwindled. The grandeur of their once majestic mansion, the symbol of their opulence, was now a memory. It was sold to help alleviate their mounting financial pressures, and they transitioned to a more modest home. This move marked a turning point in their lives, a stark reminder of the fleeting nature of fortune. The family's lifestyle underwent a radical shift. Extravagant parties were replaced by simple family gatherings. The sprawling vacations to far-off destinations were substituted for more cost-conscious trips, exploring local attractions. The air of opulence that had defined the Davenports' existence was replaced by frugality and a newfound sense of humility. The city, which had once bowed at their feet, now watched as the Davenports navigated their descent from grace. The story of their reversal of fortune became a subject of whispers and speculation, and their circle of friends continued to dwindle. The Davenports were no longer the epicenter of the social scene, and they were left to grapple with the alien sensation of isolation. However, amidst the trials and tribulations, the Davenports remained a family of unwavering unity. Robert, the patriarch, displayed resilience and a relentless work ethic, striving to breathe new life into their failing businesses. Eleanor, his wife, approached the challenges with grace and determination, determined to support her family in any way possible. Their children, Daniel and Sophia, embodied the family's unwavering spirit. They adapted to their changed circumstances with maturity beyond their years, understanding that their lives were evolving in ways they had never imagined. Chapter 5 underscores the dramatic shift in the Davenports' lives as they descended into hardship. Their once lavish existence was replaced by financial struggles, modest living, and a social isolation they had never experienced before. It paints a picture of resilience and unity within the family, illustrating how they grappled with adversity and sought to rebuild their lives, both materially and emotionally.
Chapter 6 – A true friend emerges. In the midst of their tribulations, as the Davenports navigated the storm of adversity and watched their circle of friends disperse like autumn leaves, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of Catherine. Catherine had been a constant presence in their lives, a true friend who stood by them through thick and thin. Her loyalty and support were unwavering, serving as a stark contrast to the fair-weather friendships that had evaporated like mist in the morning Sunday. Her steadfast friendship was not dependent on the Davenports' wealth or social status, it was built on genuine affection and care. Catherine extended a helping hand without expecting anything in return, and her presence was a source of comfort in the family's darkest hours. Catherine's selflessness and empathy shone as she not only provided emotional support but also offered practical assistance. She would help them find affordable living arrangements, navigate the complexities of their changed circumstances, and even shared meals with them in their more modest home. As the Davenports worked tirelessly to rebuild their fortunes, Catherine was there to offer her guidance and encouragement. She believed in their resilience and determination, and her unwavering faith in their ability to overcome adversity was a driving force in their journey toward recovery. Catherine's friendship illuminated the true value of relationships. It was a beacon of hope in the midst of their darkest times, proving that genuine bonds, unburdened by materialistic expectations, could weather the harshest of storms. In Chapter 6, the emergence of Catherine as a true friend in the Davenports' lives serves as a reminder of the enduring power of authentic friendships. Her loyalty and support during the family's hardships are a testament to the fact that genuine connections transcend wealth and adversity, providing solace and strength when it is needed most. Catherine's role in the story highlights the profound impact a true friend can have in one's life, especially when facing adversity and challenging times.
Chapter 7 – A Turn of Fortune. As the Davenports navigated the storm of adversity with Catherine's unwavering support, they embarked on a determined journey to regain their lost wealth and return to their former glory. Chapter 7 marks the pivotal phase in their story as their fortunes began to turn. Robert Davenport, the family patriarch, was undeterred by the setbacks. His entrepreneurial spirit and resilience fueled his determination to resurrect his once thriving restaurant empire. With ingenuity and a tireless work ethic, he reimagined his businesses, adapting to the changing market dynamics. His efforts bore fruit as his restaurants began to regain their former popularity and profitability. Eleanor, his wife, displayed remarkable financial acumen, as she steered their investments toward more secure avenues. Her research and prudence ensured that the family's finances were on the path to recovery. The Davenports' home, which had been downsized during their financial hardships, was no longer a symbol of restraint but a testament to their resilience and determination to rebuild. Their children, Daniel and Sophia, proved their mettle by contributing to the family's efforts. They took on part-time jobs, displaying a sense of responsibility and dedication that went beyond their years. The family's unity and shared commitment to overcoming adversity were the driving forces behind their success. Slowly but steadily, the Davenports managed to rebuild their wealth. Their businesses flourished, and the weight of their debts began to lighten. The once empty social calendar started to fill once again, but this time with a different set of friends. Those who had weathered the storm with the Davenports, like Catherine, remained by their side, forming a new, more genuine circle of friends. The family had learned valuable lessons during their tumultuous journey: the importance of humility, the fragility of material wealth, and the enduring strength of authentic friendships. Their turn of fortune was not just a financial one but a transformation of character and perspective. Chapter 7 of their story underscores the power of resilience, hard work, and the enduring bonds of family and true friends. It demonstrates that wealth, when lost, can be regained with determination and perseverance, and that the lessons learned along the way can be more valuable than the riches themselves. The Davenports had embarked on a new chapter in their lives, one filled with renewed hope, wisdom, and the promise of a brighter future.
Chapter 8: Friends' Regret. As the Davenports' fortunes were restored and they found themselves back on the path to prosperity, a significant transformation occurred in their social landscape. Chapter 8 delves into the profound shift in their friendships, as those who had abandoned them during their hardships began to express regret for their past behavior. The Davenports' success story, from adversity to triumph, became a topic of conversation throughout the city. Their resilience, hard work, and unwavering determination captured the admiration of many, and their businesses thrived once more. The grand mansion that had been sold during their financial struggles was repurchased, a symbol of their return to opulence. With their regained wealth, the Davenports' social calendar began to fill up once again. Yet, this time, the invitations were different. Many of their former friends, who had distanced themselves during their struggles, now sought to rekindle their connections. The Davenports received phone calls, messages, and visitations from these individuals, many of whom expressed profound regret for their past behavior. They acknowledged that they had abandoned the family when they needed support the most and realized that true friendship should not be based on material possessions. The return of their lost friends was not met with resentment but with an open heart, as the Davenports recognized the value of redemption and personal growth. The family had also expanded their circle of friends with individuals who had remained loyal throughout their hardships, like Catherine. These new friendships were built on authenticity, shared experiences, and a deeper understanding of the true essence of companionship. In this final chapter, the Davenport story comes full circle, revealing the transformation in their friendships and the lessons learned along the way. It showcases the capacity for personal growth and the power of forgiveness as they embraced their former friends with open arms. It was a testament to the enduring nature of human connections and the potential for growth and redemption in the face of adversity.
In the end, the Davenports' journey served as a powerful testament to the transformative nature of adversity and the profound lessons it imparts. They had undergone a remarkable evolution, not only in terms of their financial status but also in their understanding of the human experience. Their trials and tribulations had etched in their hearts the invaluable lesson that wealth, however abundant, is ultimately fleeting. The Davenports had known the intoxicating allure of prosperity, and they had felt the crushing weight of its loss. Yet, through their trials, they discovered that the true treasures of life lay in the relationships they had forged, especially with genuine friends. Catherine, who had been the unwavering anchor during their darkest times, symbolized the essence of authentic friendship. Her loyalty and unwavering support throughout their hardships were a testament to the enduring power of genuine connections. The Davenports' bonds with her grew stronger, deepening into a profound friendship built on trust, mutual respect, and shared experiences. The family's journey not only reshaped their understanding of friendship but also transformed their character. They emerged from their trials with a newfound humility, a deeper appreciation for the simple joys of life, and a sense of gratitude that transcended material possessions. As they continued to thrive and rebuild their wealth, the Davenports did so with a different perspective. Their opulence was no longer defined solely by monetary assets, but by the richness of genuine friendships and the depth of character that had developed through their trials. In this chapter of their lives, they had achieved a balance between prosperity and humility, recognizing that the true measure of wealth lay not in the numbers on a balance sheet, but in the bonds of friendship, the resilience of the human spirit, and the enduring lessons learned from their remarkable journey.